Hey y'all, welcome out to the ranch yet again. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're looking at this going, this is not the guy we're used to hearing from. It's Sunday, and on Sundays, I tend to put on the full 9 yards, trying to keep a spirit of my grandfather and my father alive. My dad was a pastor, wore this for most of my youth, and my grandpa, I think up till the day he died, wore his fedora. And these aren't modern day fedoras. This is a 1950s Dobbs fedora, and I tend to like wearing my fedoras when I dress up to go to church. I'll put in a picture with the video to let y'all see. But we're here to talk about something from Phlster. You've probably seen it on the website, and you probably, for some of you who are revolver enthusiasts, go, why did it take so long? Part of that was I feel like I failed in doing a review because I set it up the way I carry. And the first one that came out worked for me fine, but when you set it up for like most people carry, it didn't work, so they had to remodify it and come up with something new. Little short journey. I grew up on 1911s and wheel guns. My dad always had a 1911 and always had a 4-inch 38. Well, I like snubby 38s more than I do a 4-inch. 3 inches my perfect. I've got a gun that's going to be going off to have a 3-inch put on a J-frame. This is my first. As always, it's empty. This is my first J-frame. It was given to me by one of my sergeants long time ago. The only modifications that I ever did to this gun was model paint orange on the front sight, and then I put a little hip clip on here to help me carry it. And show you how old this is. This is my old holster that we used to carry this in cross draw. My second wheel gun is this model 36-7 that I wore on my ankle for many years as a patrol cop, and then many years even when I was with the feds, when I was off duty, I would carry this gun. It's been bobbed, the double action has been removed, but again on this one it also has the orange front sight. I call this my loaner gun because it's set up in this little kit, and whenever someone, friends of family, extended, has a problem, I can hand them this, and I know with a few minutes of instruction that they can protect themselves at close ranges. And this is one of my favorite 38s. It's a Smith & Wesson 442. Love the grips. Bomari are the old Taylor T. Again, orange on the front sight. Now I'm using fingernail polish. But it's very smooth, very easy to carry, and it's got a lot of miles on me. So with all my love of revolvers, this past SHOT Show earlier this year, there was an announcement. Caleb Gibbings posted on his page, and I went ape nuts. Taurus was announcing a gun they call the 856 Toro in 38, and they have one in 357 Magnum that's a 5-shot, but it can hold an optic. I mentioned it to Andrew Henry and said, hey man, when you coming out with a holster on this? And he said, when you get your gun, I'll send you a holster. A week later, I sent him a message and goes, here's my tracking number. I've got one on the way. I love red dots. I'm old. My eyes are going to poop. I've got contacts in right now. Otherwise, I wear glasses. Red dots, I think that everyone should be running a red dot, virtually every situation, because you keep your eye on the target. But anyways, going into that, this gun is absolutely phenomenal. I only kind of sort of have two complaints, and I doubt Caleb will watch this whole thing, but if he does, he's heard me say it enough and he'll know. Concealed hammer, ultralight, this would be out of the park. It is heavy, but I do carry it. I carry it a lot. It's got rust on it. I clean it a lot, but I carry it a lot. I'm running the primary arms optic because I would prefer to have my hollow sun on here, but there was a little elevation issue. A shim is supposed to be coming out, but I've never gotten one. And so I just run this PA optic. It's dialed in and it runs well. Carrying it, I had a custom holster maker make me a leather holster, but I don't carry that. I wear Enigmas. And so Andrew Henry kept his word. As soon as I got it en route, Andrew Henry sent me this, Taurus 856. It's a great holster. In fact, he sent it to me, and it rides on an Enigma, where I don't think I've ever used that holster, but a few times. It rides on my Enigma. It has a sports belt. It has, of course, the bumpster. It has a combination of the pillow wedges, because I find that those work for me all around much better. But I also have in here in various places the Phlster wedge kits that I put on here. But you may notice something. If this is where it's straight, you'll notice the cant that the gun has on it. For me, when I carry longer barrel revolvers, and I've carried 4-inch, 3-inch, I always canted them in at that like 2:30, 2 o'clock position, and it fit on me perfectly. But I'm me. And Phlster found through their other testers, thank goodness they use other testers, most of them are smarter and better than I am, they found an issue. And it was right here that when you wear it upright, the optic would hit the faceplate. So they went back to the drawing board, and you are now going to be benefiting to the new Phlster. Okay, and let's talk about this. Most of you carry whiz-bang 30 semi-automatics. Great thing. I teach a different philosophy, but I do also carry a whiz-bang SIG 365 compact with an optic. But I like the wheel gun for personal defense. It's very easy to use, and it's difficult to master, but if you take the time, an instant gun, it works great, but to master, if you spend the time on it, you can run a revolver really well. And they cover the vast majority of shootings that non-sworn civilians are involved in, aka off-duty or non-police officers, which, since I'm retired now, I fall into that same group. This is the new holster, and I promise you, you'll see better pictures of it on their websites than what I'm holding here. Oh, by the way, the punch dagger holster. And yes, of course, it has a papoose on it. And the reason for that is I wear this to the gym. It's got the cloth wedge, but also in here in my hot spots, I run the Phlster wedge. And you'll notice there's a Phlster wedge on the back of my knife carrier or my punch dagger carrier. The differences that you'll see here is robust. Number one, this is designed for what the vast majority of revolvers carry is straight up and down. But it also allows, for me, for it to ride higher and conceal much better. Since this came in a couple weeks ago, I haven't really gone back to my old holster. Now, I'm not going to throw them away. They're great guns, and they'll be a great training tool. And if someone's running a 3-inch D-frame model or a Taurus model without an optic, it'll be a great holster. But this is the bomb. Let's talk about some of the things I've done with this. 5 days a week, I go to the gym, lift weights, leg day, back day, you know, the whole 9 yards. Squats, thrust, you name it. This goes with me and does it. I love this. It's raised a little higher, and that's in case you have a hammer on your gun. This one comes with a hammer, and I haven't changed out the hammer yet, but this one comes with a hammer, and it no longer bothers me. It doesn't dig into my skin at all, no matter what I'm doing. Again, I am a bumpster fan. I like having that versus a leg leash. For those of you who like leg leashes and they work for you, great. This is my baby. This is what I like to wear. I am all about a sports belt. Sports belts to me, they're on every one of my Enigmas. I think I have one that doesn't have it on there, and that'll be fixed, but I don't carry that gun anymore. It's for a Glock 34 with an optic. I don't carry a Glock anymore. I'm retired. But this setup is incredibly comfortable and durable. And what I love about it is if I want to run it low in my sweatpants, it does. If I want to run it higher in my jeans, like my Wranglers, or in a suit, yes, I changed guns when I came home today because I couldn't be showing you this if it was on me, and I'm not taking my clothes off again. That created a little bit of a fiasco the last time. Guys, if you're like those of us who love wheelie guns, things that go round, they will cover the vast majority of your personal defense. If you listen to my class, when I taught my class on wheel guns, folks, they're very simple. I almost always have a wheel gun on me, including when I go to work and when I go to church. This one is my, as Daryl Bulkey so called it, my covered load ready gun. 22 long rifle. It's been ultimately reliable with me when I'm using the federal punch ammo, which is also my reload ammo for my revolvers. My carry ammo is Georgia Arms, the wad cutter defensive loan designed for snub nose revolvers. It runs point of zero, and then when I run my optic, I know that my optic is a tick low when I run the federal punch, and I just have to raise my optic up a tick. And I've reached out to 100 yards with this Taurus. And folks, think about what Phlster did. They made a holster for a small percentage of the world, and an even the Enigma, and an even smaller percentage of us that carry revolvers, which we have the City Special, which I use. But they went so far as to make a holster for a specific model by a gun company that a lot of people have laughed at, and they're wrong. These Tauruses these days are phenomenal. And the price you can get an 856 Toro, a primary arms optic or a Holosun optic, and your Enigma for it, for less than it would cost you to get a good J-frame Model 36. Something to think about. Y'all, it's been nice seeing you, and hopefully Phlster will bug me and drag me out from the next time, from when I'm out riding horses, breaking my paint, he's back here someplace, or working my dogs. And I think this last week we counted it up, I tossed over 11,000 pounds of feed at Tractor Supply. So this thing works. Give it a shot. If you got any questions, put them down below, and one of us, and I myself, will answer it for you. Y'all have a good one. Come back and see us here at the ranch on another visit. Bye-bye now.